Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Boruto has definitely been getting more and more exciting lately, and one day, hopefully, it'll get us excited as much as Mitsuki gets excited from thinking of Boruto. This guy can't even look at Boruto without blurring out everyone around him, as we've seen in the latest episode of Boruto where Mitsuki was getting beat up by Shinki. But I think that moment is coming closer as the manga is finally reaching the first serious arc in the entire series. And what better way to get the hype going by revealing the long-awaited origin story to our mysterious Kawaki character they have teased to be one of the most important characters in Boruto from the very beginning of the series. He is the man who one day will take part in bringing Rune to Konoha and is looking like he'll be destined to be the Sasuke in the Boruto series, or at least Boruto's biggest rival. Sorry, Mitsuki. So before we get into that, we are talking about the manga, so there will be spoilers if you're watching the anime only, so you have been warned. So after the new Team 7 bumped into an unconscious Kawaki on the ground, probably from fighting all the puppets that were dead on the ground, Boruto and his crew realized that Kawaki also has the same symbol on his hand as Boruto does. The unconscious Kawaki then goes into a flashback mode where we see a much younger Kawaki beat up and laying on the ground while two men are having a conversation at the table. One man, who looks to be Kawaki's father, is chatting with Jigen, the leader of Kara, and apparently Jigen is trying to buy Kawaki from Kawaki's father, who also I think we can assume is an alcoholic and abusive dad from the way he talks about Kawaki being his punching bag. So Kawaki definitely had it hard since he was a kid, but now that he was sold off to Jigen, I'm not sure much of that was gonna change. Jigen starts off by saying, "You've gone through such terrible things up till now, but that's all over. You have been accepted by me, I am undertaking you. You've gone through a lot, but don't worry about any of that anymore because as of now, I am your father." The flashback stops there, but as with all angsty anime characters, comes a dark backstory. And just like Sasuke, Kawaki has had a rough childhood growing up, which is probably why we've only seen him respond with anger to everything he's dealt with so far. A terrible father to begin with, and probably not much of a better one going forward with Jigen at that point. But we'll have to see how that pans out when they decide to reveal more of the relationship between Jigen and Kawaki. Something that was very interesting, that was very subtle, but you can tell that the mangaka wanted to emphasize was that just like Boruto, Kawaki didn't have the karma mark on his left hand when he was a kid. At the very beginning of the flashback, the first panel is a close-up shot of Kawaki's left hand, where we can clearly see there is no mark. And in the third panel, we see Kawaki's whole body and there is also no mark on his hand. So he definitely got his mark somewhere down the line after Jigen adopted him. But what I'm most curious about is whether or not Jigen adopted Kawaki because he knew he could obtain that mark, or was it something that Jigen gave him? We also know that Kawaki is part of the inner members of Kara, as he has the Roman numeral 9 etched below his eyes, which if you go back and look at all the times Kawaki appeared in both the anime and the manga, a lot of the times they try to hide that part of his face with the angle or with the special tattoos that he has. So technically we don't know whether or not the 9 still exists on his face when Boruto was fighting Kawaki in the future. And seeing how they hid it this whole time and how things currently look with Kawaki running away from Kara, I'm pretty sure Kawaki has left Kara, and if you look at the very first cover for Boruto, you can see that his mark does look very different than the Roman numeral 9. So what's for certain is that we're going to see a transformation in Kawaki's character from this point forward before Boruto and Kawaki's fated clash, and you can bet it's also going to have a huge effect on Kara as well as the fate of the shinobi world. Anyways, that is all we got for Kawaki at the moment. I'm sure he's going to be a central part of the plot very soon, and if the Boruto series is going to be anything like the Naruto series, Kawaki might even be more important than Boruto himself. Anyways, what did you guys think of Kawaki's character, and would you be okay with Kawaki taking over as one of the main characters in the series? As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and hit the bell for notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.